Hi, welcome to an Easy Trader Update. This is Kim speaking on Wednesday the 3rd of July. Okay, the week started off quite nice with some decent news-based trades. Just a reminder that if you're interested in joining us on Friday, it's not too late. If you want to sign up today, tomorrow, we'll send you the discs in the post. I'll explain everything for the trades that are coming up on both days immediately. You join us, really. So, as I say, if you want to come and join us, you can do. We've had some 3 out of 5 trades have triggered this week so far that we've been looking for, and today we're up about 20 points. It's not majorly, but it's positive. That's the main thing. They're fortunately 3 out of 3 of winners. 2 of them, the news just didn't really move the markets too much, so didn't get much out of those, but the best news is yet to come. Anyway, let's have a look at the markets. Oh, sorry, if you're interested in news-based trading, just go to the website and click on news-based trading. If you look under education, you'll see news-based trading. I will try and put, we'll put a link on either at the end of this video or on the underneath of this video on the blog page. Right, getting on to the markets. I've got the Aussie dollar up here, funny enough. We're still seeing quite a lot of downside potential. I'm seeing a lot of downside potential. I know there's a bit of divergence going on a daily basis here, and we may see some intraday pops and some moves in it, but I'm just seeing this big bearish head and shoulders kicking in here. Now there is the possibility at some point this will reverse. It's been sold off for so long, we could get some sort of reversal, and what I'd like it to see it to do is come up and hit that daily pivot. At the moment I just find the short side of it is more likely than trying to catch the upper positions, but at some point I'm sure this is going to change and we're going to see some quite big moves, but for now the trend remains strongly down for me. Looking at cable had a horrendous few weeks. Eventually it's today we've seen a big bullish reversal. Now if this candle were to stay where it is, well, there is resistance just above us which may stop the proceedings, but we have got the monthly pivot, and to me I'd still like to see that tested earlier in the month. They generally are tested quite early when they are tested, and there's a high probability it's even been tested. So just as it was tested early here, okay, it's a bit later here, very early here, missed that month, so they do miss, but the probabilities are high that they'll get touched. So we may be able to do it here. One thing to bear in mind is there's a lot of resistance just above us, but this bullish engulfing candle, if it stays anywhere near where it is, we could see some continuation of this upside move. Of course, we're in that bigger trend to the downside, and this upper band, this sort of level already 8 MA etc. Sitting here may just provide too strong a resistance on this short time frame. There's plenty, as you can see, there's plenty of points of resistance below, above us is 4-hour 50 just above us, and then the 200 a little bit further than that, and previous lows. So before the pivot, but I think if it gets anywhere near that pivot, the 200 is pretty flat. We would get a run into that pivot. It'd probably push up to it. As I say, high probability in the early parts of the month to see that happen. Let's come back to the dailies, have a look at the euro. Now I've got 2 lots of lines going on here. In fact, if I bring it out to a weekly, hopefully we'll see what I'm looking at here. I was looking at the low of way back in July 2012 and just running up to these highs and through, and that's what's given us a bit of support at the moment. I've also bring it to a daily. I'm looking at these prior lows here, hence why this one was here. We've just pierced one of them. It seemed it could put a nice reversal day, and if it does and gives us at least if it gives us something like a hammer or something, it could, again, we've got the monthly pivot above us, and I just get a feeling that I say feeling, but I know there's a high probability we'll get there quite early in the month again. You just look past it back in the recent months, and the monthly pivot does get hit pretty early on when it's going to get hit, and again it didn't get hit that month. It's too strong a sell-off, but we're pretty close to it. So if it can get up there and get a reversal bar, it's certainly a target to be looking if you're trying to trade or swing trade a little bit longer. on the shorter time frame on the 4 hourlies here. It's a sad old occasion really, but it's been put in a series of lower highs into this up until this point here, but it's just done another lower lows rather than up until this point, but it's just put another lower low in here and a lower high. So we do really need to see a clearer correction, which as I say, if today works well, we could get the green light for a further upside coming back to the daily. If we don't, well, in terms of next levels of support, we're really looking at somewhere around these lows here. There is probably a line on around about these levels. There's probably an area around about here actually where the lows that bar. There's probably the first sort of area which would coincide pretty closely to that S1 area. Okay, quick look at the yen dollar. Again, monthly pivots are not too far away. A bit of support kicking in here on the daily 50. It may get a bounce off that and continue its path here, but it's sitting around that sort of 100 mark. I wouldn't be again shocked to see it hit the pivot fairly soon. Again, well, last month it got pretty close to it. Oh, sorry, 2 months ago it got pretty close, but again the probability is high that it will hit early-ish in the month there. So certainly a possibility there. Plenty of support below it. There's even this trend line here, but if it comes into the touch with that trend line, well, it hit it earlier on. It may have a bit of memory and bounce off it initially, but it's got the 50 MA, which it will be the first test of. So all this may create a short-term bounce, but there's still the possibility that it may hit that 4 hour. We'll see some further downside on the dollar yen. Okay, let's have a look at the euro yen. Broken out of this rising channel. Let me just hide up some of this stuff. There you go. It's a bit clearer. In fact, I'll leave that on at the moment because that regressions, well, it could still come into play. We've had a bit of a Gartley pattern going on. Let me just draw it for you very briefly. Just there, which is, it's actually not quite failed there, but it's not far off failure. The principle is still, I mean, it's done an ABC effectively wave in this sort of correction, so we could see a bigger correction of this, which would fit in nicely with touching the monthly pivots, etc. Monthly pivots just a smidgen below where we are there, so really high probability we'll see that hit in the next day or so, I guess. That said, if we can get any purchase here and it can bounce off this, there was, I'll highlight it again, there was this descending channel, and this descending channel may just see the depth of that channel to the upside, so it may not all be over. It looks like it's a little bit stronger than just a false breakout on this move, but real key thing over the next day or two is looking if it breaks the upside or the downside. If it starts running beyond this low here, probably more likely to see a bigger correction, may run down to the lows, to the bottom of this channel again. Okay, that's there. Let's just a quick look at it. So you look at it on the 4 hourly, similar picture there. Pretty close to that monthly pivot already. There was a descending regression channel. I'm going to take that off, but it does look like it could break down there even from that time period. Although, yeah, whether this moves over, we'll see. But got to just watch it over the next couple of days. Okay, that's it for me. I hope you have a great rest of the week. We've got non-farm payrolls Friday. We've got got the Bank of England decision and European Central Bank decisions tomorrow. There should be some nice moves in this market, although it's been periods of obviously chop, and there's been some really reasonable wide range trends in amongst it all with some of the currencies, so there are opportunities to be had. Anyway, look forward to seeing you on Thursday, Friday in the trading room if you're going to join us on the news based if it's trading. Otherwise, see you soon. Bye for now.